Welcome back into the Studio 10 kitchen, back with Lucy Greer. We're talking a little football season.
Yes.
I'm excited. Lucy, do you know this? I'm going to say this on First and 10 on Friday too, but this weekend, there's only 13 weekends out of the 52 weekends a year where you have high school, college, and NFL playing at the same time. This is the first weekend to kick off that 13-week run.
You're going to be busy.
You're going to be busy, and we're going to need a lot of sweet Heat
We're
meatballs.
going to need a lot of meatballs.
It's going to be just throwing them down all weekend long.
That's right. You better triple up this recipe.
All right, so what do we need to do here?
Well, we already got our meatballs in the oven, and we started out with 1.5 pounds of ground chuck or ground round, either way. And we added a couple eggs, a couple green onions, and seasoned it up with some garlic powder, some crushed red pepper flakes, a little bit of salt and pepper, and some breadcrumbs. I just rolled those up, and we have them in the oven at 375, and they're going to take about 30 minutes. So while those are cooking, then you get to work on your sauce. So I like to use chili sauce when I'm making this, and it's basically like seasoned ketchup. It's a little bit thicker than ketchup, and it has a good flavor, so I like to use it as the base for my sauce here. And now that I have that in the pot, I'll just turn the heat on to about medium to medium high because we want this to all start melting together.
Now, if you wanted hotter or milder, could you use a different type of chili sauce there?
If you want hotter or milder, then you will adjust the red pepper flakes that we put in here.
Okay,
this
gotcha.
is where our heat's going to come from. This is actually not spicy, it's just seasoned. So it's kind of an interesting sauce. And now the sweet part of it is going to come from this little jar. This is a 10-ounce jar of apricot preserves, and you could also use orange preserves too. That's really good. I like to use this little 10-ounce jar. We have all of these Blackburn's preserves on our dollar aisle, so this little guy's less than $1. So if you're ever in our stores, you can get a lot of really awesome things on the dollar aisle. It's incredible.
And to that point, we've talked about it before in the past, but some folks may have missed it. If you price compare some of the things at some of the Greer's Cash Savers to some of the big chain stores, you'll actually find you do save more at the Greer's Cash Savers, correct?
You do. I have a friend that recently started shopping with us, and she actually posted yesterday like a whole big buggy full of groceries, and she had saved $50 to $75 on all of her groceries compared to another place that she was shopping in town. So definitely please come out and visit us. It's full variety grocery store. You can get all your national brands, private label. We still cut all our meat fresh there in the store. So we'd love to have you out and give us a shot.
Yeah, and the reason why we point that out is because a lot of people think they have that mentality that, well, they're a huge, worldwide chain. They can provide the cheapest prices for sure, but regionally you guys are competing at a high level and even beating them on many prices.
Yes, you're exactly right. And I appreciate you saying that because money is so tight these days. It used to be where price compared to some other things like produce and cleanliness and location to where you live, which all those things are still important, but price for the last like 5, 6, 8 years has been #1 on the list. So we're excited to be able to give our customers a low price without sacrificing quality. So come out and see us.
Yeah, definitely.
So I just added a tablespoon of red wine vinegar, and now I'm going to add the juice of 1 orange. And then we are going to add a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. And then the heat that we were talking about is going to come from these red pepper flakes. So I'm going to add a 1/2 teaspoon in here, and it's going to work really great with the sweetness going on. But again, if you don't like too much heat, then just knock it back to a 1/4 teaspoon. That's completely fine. So what we're going to do is bring this up to a bubble and let it cook for a few minutes, and then we are going to make a slurry, which is going to thicken our sauce a little bit later.
That sounds good, and it smells so good in here. I know that's going to be good when it gets on those meatballs as well. Stick around. We'll finish this up in just a little while, but first we have to talk about a better forecast than we had last week. Chastity?
Absolutely.